Hi, I'm Euge Valovirta, and this one is about Human Technologies amp driver, organic overdrive preamp handmade in Ireland. Let's listen a song first where I used this pedal, this fantastic pedal I must say, in front of my old Marshall JCM 89203, also known as the Bad Boy. And this guitar, which is one of my ESP signatures, it's now tuned down to drop D flat, so it's pretty heavy and, masculine. After the song, I'll noodle a bit with this guitar, then I will check out this pedal with different settings, because you can do quite a lot with this, into 3 different amps. The aforementioned Bad Boy, then my Marshall 1959 hand-wired 100 watt Plexi, and I'm gonna use that with a Variac set to 160 volts from 220 what we have Europe. In USA it will be pretty much the same, and lowering it from 120 to 90. Then I'll use it in front of a PV5152 from the 90s. I'll also check out this pedal with these amps with an E-flat tuned guitar with passive pickups. Alright, now let's listen to the song Rock and Roll. Alright, there was a little bit noodling with and without the amp driver. So this is a fairly new company, one-man company, at least for now. He makes Connor Glavin. He made these by hand. They are handmade in Ireland. And it's pretty cool. So Connor contacted me because he's also a guitar player and a fan of Marshall JCM 800 203s. I mean, who isn't? So he has designed this driver that is, it's not a copy of SD1, it's not a copy of 808's Tube Screamer, it's his own thing and it does many things fantastically well and a little bit differently than many other pedals. So like you heard just the 800 without anything. It's just like the amp. Woo-hoo-hoo. So what we have here, there's drive, tone, presence and volume. Let's turn everything to null and drive to 0 and let's start to add some volume boost into the amp. Let's take the focus. So when these knobs, the pre-gain, focus, tight switch and post gain, when these are down, they are off. I like to always set my overdrives like this. So first the volume, so where it starts to zzz, so it's not completely full, but around there. Then let's add some drive. Again, where it starts to zzz, you start to feel the amp becomes alive. And then the tone and presence control, they're really, this word has been used so many times and I think it's a bit inflated, but musical. I couldn't come up with anything better. So no matter where you set them, it sounds cool. You can make like, you can't ruin your sound. You can only make small tweaks, which I like a lot. So check out the tone. So small variations from a little bit darker to a little bit brighter. And where I like to have it, kind of where I just feel that it adds some extra sparkle. And the presence, it's really cool. It's not a, at least to me, it doesn't sound like a wide cue, but it's kind of like a high frequency kind of lift or shelf, like really smooth. It's not harsh. You can just add that, what I call high silver to the signal. And with the bad boy, I had it on center because that amp has a lot of that high silver. And then these other knobs, let's focus on the focus knob. So what it does, it tightens the low end because now it's a bit, but check out. You can make it nice and tight, and then with the tight switch you can make it even tighter. And the tight switch only works when this focus switch is on in the upper position. Kind of like to me, like a gentle sound. With 800 this is a bit too much, but if you would have, let's say, a Mesa boogies, some you know, like rectifier series boogies, which tend to be a little bit flubby, at least flubbier than Marshalls, this might come handy. And if you use a really low tuning, I'm not having a fairly low tuning now with the guitar. And then these are pretty cool. So now when the pre-gain and post-gain are off, it's basically like your, really good overdrive pedal. But with these you can actually make this almost like a preamp and kind of distortion, more like a preamp. So if I take this drive down, so the pre-gain knob, it adds like an extra gain stage to your signal. I don't know what technology is being used, but it's very tube-alike gain stage, almost like adding an extra preamp tube to an 800. So check out. Then we can add more drive if we want. Like infinite sustain. And what this pre-gain does, it makes the sound a bit fatter. So I would think that if I or you would have a single coil with this amp, so I could make it, low output single coil. I could really push the signal into an amp. So let me compare you now. Pre-gain off, drive at 10 o'clock, and then I'll switch the pre-gain on and reduce the drive because it's a bit too much then. The sound becomes really fat, and now what I will do, I engage the tight switch. So the pre-gain switch, it's basically like adding an extra pre-gain stage to your amplifier, and it distorts the full frequency, so the lows become woo, but then you can tighten it with the tight switch. So you can kind of have two different flavors without the pre-gain and just your basic overdrive pedals, overdrive. And then the pre-gain on. And then there's post-gain switch, and you can add even more gain. So you can use this with a completely clean amp. So this comes like after these pre-gain stages. So let me show you that. A little bit different quality, because now with pre-gain it's, pre the pedal, and the post is kind of like at the end of the chain. And if you have both, these both I would probably use with a clean amp. It's a bit overkill, but this works really well in front of a JCM 800. Okay, now let's check it out in front of a Plexi. So without it, yeah, the signal chain and the gear. So the guitar I mentioned, EMG 8185, to the pedal board, KHE audio electronics amp switcher, then into the amps. Back to KHE via Fried's power station. I'm attenuating the signal a bit. Into this time Marshall, a vintage cabinet with Marshall vintage speakers and one Celestion V30. I'm miking that Celestion V30 with Shure SM57 and SC Electronics VR1 ribbon mic. They go to Warm Audio's WA format to mic pre, then into Logic. That's it. So that's the signal chain. Okay, now the Plexi, everything on 10. the V30 the Plexi can be a bit honky. I actually prefer that as a lead sound and greenback with the Plexi usually, but as you hear it's pretty honky. But since this is so flexible pedal, we can, you know, tweak it. So what I do is you know, because Plexi's first preamp tube isn't cascading. There's like two different sides, how it works. In Marshall 800, the first preamp tube, because, you know, preamp tube has two sides, that's cascading. So the amp has a bit more gain. Now what I did, I added an extra gain stage to the signal chain with this pedal. So all of a sudden the Plexi becomes like a monster of a high gain amp. And if I take the pre-gain off, wah, 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 it's a bit like that. So this is really cool because you can really tailor the pedal to what you're looking for and different amps. With 800, my favorite is pre-gain off, more drive. With Plexi, I like pre-gain on, drive to 0, because there's plenty. Okay? And then let's switch into 5150 without it. With 5150 the pre-gain is a bit too much. Yeah, it's a bit tighter and bitier. Pre-gain off, drive at 10 o'clock. Really like, to me that's kind of genty sound. So that is the pedal with the 3 different amps with down-tuned guitar. Now let me grab my Gibson Les Paul Standard from 89. I think this was one of the last guitars that were made at the Gibson's Nashville factory. This has a Alnico 2 pickup set. It's the older set, the original, because now he has released a new set, which I think they are a bit hotter pickups. So this is the original Slash pickup set, and so let's start from the 800 amp driver off. It's a bit muddy with 800, so these have a bit more bite, these pickups, and because it's higher tuning than the previous guitar with EMG, so let's back up the tone just slightly. So let's keep the tone where it is and back the presence a bit. works great with passive pickups too. Then the Plexi without it. Again, with the V30, it's a bit quack, so yeah, this works. Pre-gain on, drive to 0. Just seems to work with Plexi, no matter the guitar. Yeah. You can make it even faster by taking the focus off, so it doesn't cut the lows hardly at all. Becomes a little fuzzy. Yeah, works great with Plexi. Then 50 on 50 without. Man, I really like this. It just lights up any amplifier. Okay, then let's change to a clean channel from the 50 on 50 and let's check out what we can get with this overdrive pedal into completely clean amp. First try it with like a standard overdrive. It was great. Let's take the focus off. If you want to just add a little bit something to your clean sound, works great. Okay, then let's see if we can make this clean channel into an overdriven beast. Okay, the post gain is a bit too much, but well, you can't really get a metal tone, or at least a good metal tone, in my opinion, with any overdrive, and this is no exception, into a completely clean amp, but you can get awesome bluesy, kind of vintagey rock tones. I mean, many times I've used, you know, like overdrive into a clean amp just to create these kind of like, you know, without. You really hear when you drive this into a clean amp, now the tone and focus. Quite a huge difference. Really good, creamy, fat blues, you know, vintage rock lead tones. Almost like the amp driver into 5150 clean. It's almost like a Plexi. Now it's the Plexi. Now it's the 5150 clean channel. Pretty close, right? So, yeah. Conclusion. Human Technologies amp driver, it's pretty damn amazing. It's not your super overdrive, it's not your tube screamer, it's something else. It's, well, while we're at it, let's compare it to SD1. So I'm gonna use the bad boy. Set up this like I kind of had it. Post gain off, tied off, focus on, pre-gain off. And now it's the bad boy. That was the amp driver. Now let's switch to a SD1. So you can see what I have. Now the amp driver is off the loop. Now the SD1 is on. It's a little bit different. It's not as SD has a bit more mid boost, but you know, like I said in the beginning, we have already bought SD1. We don't need another one. This pedal will stay on my board because I have the SD, I have the 808 Screamer, I have a couple of other, I have the clones and stuff that I changed, but with this one, it works with all of my amps really well. With Plexi I needed to set it up a little bit differently than with 800 or with 5150. I could get amazing Plexi-like tones, Plexi without a boost tones from 5150's clean channel, which was set to completely clean, and also amazing vintagey, bluesy lead tones. This is very well made. It's really simple to use. The guy really knows what he's doing. And this works like it says organic overdrive preamp. It's exactly what it is, and it's just not a one-trick pony. You heard. It's a jack of all trades of overdrives. Really strong recommendation. Check out the links in the description below to Human Technology's website where you can purchase this pedal. I have no affiliation to them. I just think that if you're looking for a good overdrive that can do many things, it does more than SD1, it does more than Screamer. It doesn't do exactly those, but set it up like this, to me it's kind of like SD with a little bit different flavor. Amazing pedal. Thanks for watching. If you like, hit the bell, you know the drill. Until next time, take care. Bye.